We're going to start off with, I think, Albert Pujols, who cracked his 600th last Saturday at Anaheim Stadium, and this guy is a true role model. I think I look at the list here of the 8 predecessors to him into the 600 club, and 3 of them are suspected, steroid user. That's easy for me to say.
I thought the same thing when I saw that list, John.
Yeah. Barry Bonds, Alex Rodriguez, and Sammy Sosa. I've never heard a word about Jim Thome. He could be using him for all I know, but I've never heard a word. But Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth. Albert is just, you never hear anything bad about him. You don't hear any infidelity. You don't hear any DUIs. You don't hear any altercations. He seems like just a down-to-earth, good, great role model for kids. He's got foundation out here and one in St. Louis. He does a lot of charity work and helps underprivileged people. Been married to the same woman. Heaven forbid, that's got to be a miraculous statistic. But he is I think he's a delight. I think he's a great, great, great image for the game. I was glad to see him hit that thing at home. I was getting scared. Didn't want him to do it in Detroit where we couldn't see it. But yeah, he's a wonderful human being and a great testimony to the game of baseball.
I'm glad you like him. You're going to have him till 2021 when he's 41, so he's under contract till then. The 4th youngest to 600. Still has some years to climb the list. So he's at 600. Sosa's next at 609. Thome at 612. Ken Griffey Jr. at 630. And then Mays at 660. And then obviously, A-Rod and the rest of them above that. So he's got a good shot at climbing that list even further. The fact that 600 was a Grand Slam. There was a record 8 Grand Slams hit on that day.
That's exactly right.
Which was amazing. So, terrific. And again, the Angels are going to have him for his 3,000th hit. That's forthcoming in probably next year, right? He's got 2876. Mm-hmm. So maybe not this year, but next year. Already to 600, and that's why you give a guy like that such a big contract, and you keep him in the organization so long.
Plus, he only needs to. He only needs to average 25 home runs a year for his final 4 years, not counting the rest of this year, to get to 700.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. He's a strong human being. We have paid a chunk for him. And, a lot of people don't understand also is he has a 10-year deal after his contract's done
personal
at $1 million a year
yeah.
to be a personal assistant or a service guy for the program. He has a Down syndrome kid, and he's very strong in the Down syndrome, family when it comes to raising money for the Down syndrome foundations and stuff. I've been to his golf tournament over at Pelican Hill. And they all come out for him. He even gets a lot of old St. Louis guys to come out, and so yeah, strong human being. We just hope, like you said, Vince, 2021, and you just hope he stays healthy. That you can keep him to hit maybe 275 and give you 30 home runs a year and get close to 100 RBIs.
He's on track for 30. Home runs. He's on track for about 120 RBI, just like
and he's accepted the DH role,
right? That's where he needs to be. My only concern this year, great guy, no problem. Great character guy. Great to have him in the California, in the Los Angeles Angels family, forever. Keep him as part. Let him go into the Hall of Fame as an Angel. It's going to be great. But on the field, slugging .408.
Yeah,
248 average, 297 on base percentage. You need a little better out of your DH spot, and you start to get concerned about where the age is taking him. You look at those first numbers. He's got 9 home runs, right? Is that what he's got? Or something along that line. Something along those lines.
Vince, I guess on his speak on his behalf, he has no first baseman that has power. He relies on Trout to hopefully get him pitches because Cron's not hitting for power, right? Valbuena's not hitting. Well, he's got a couple here and there. Your third baseman, who's another power hitting spot, is more of a base hit guy. And now you have Eric Young and you don't have, so he doesn't have a lot to help him out to get pitches. But yeah, you're right. You do need more out of your DH. The problem is those DHs that give you numbers usually have guys around him hitting to where he gets better.
You get better pitches, get better pitches, fastballs. So, yeah, exactly.
But yeah, you're absolutely right, Vince. I mean, he's got it. It's got to have better numbers. But I mean, we're terrible.
I think as somebody who is not specifically an Angels fan, not that I root against them. It's one of those things where you start to think, that's a big contract. Yeah, you tied him up because he's a high character guy, a good role model, as you were saying, John. But what are those numbers going to look like in a year? He had a thin year 2 years ago when he missed a lot.
And he's playing. It looks like he plays with bad feet. He's got bad plantar fasciitis.
God forbid there's a ground ball in the infield because he doesn't even come into the frame until they're running off the field, typically.
Vince and I feel very strong that we possibly could beat him to first base, but we're not going to put our money on the line. No.
It's like the old joke, if he was in a race with a pregnant lady, he'd finish third.
Right.
But at this point in his career.
Right, yeah.
But if you hit him out of the park, you don't have to. You can jog and walk if you want.
Exactly.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But I was glad to see that happen, and like I said, I was glad to see it happen to a guy like that who is a really
and I'm
good
happy
guy.
to see how the whole baseball thing situation. I don't know if you saw this.
Right, the
kid who
it,
catches it, right? He's wearing an Angels jersey,
Exactly.
he's wearing an Angels hat, and it was almost like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory when he got the golden ticket. He's like, "Run, Charlie, run!" And they took that guy up into the booth like that fast. He was on the air doing all these things, and all of a sudden he was downstairs and he was handing the ball to Pujols and it was kind of a long hug. I don't know if you saw it, but it was a long hug. Yeah. And it was almost like there's a whisper of, "Yeah, I know you'll take care of me. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, I know you're going to take care of me. I know what this base will. Hey, can I get a Trout jersey also?" So I have the way that Albert is, I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Yeah. So, right. Instead of paying for his own tuition, the kid is going to get a couple jerseys and some seats.
Exactly,
and a selfie with Pujols.
So, but it was cool the whole night, the whole thing, how it happened, and how it's not some guy holding on to it. It's going, "Oh, you're going to have to pay me for this," or whatever.
Well, he's a local guy too. He was Costa Mesa. He'd seen $5.99. His dad brought him out every night.
Yeah,
and that's kind of nice to see that. See that happen.
Albert, he'll do the right thing. That's the way he is.
Yeah, he'll take care of him.
Especially after that contract, he should be taking care of him.